All right, should be live. I think I'll want to turn down the Elgato audio. Okay. Well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that with the Elgato. That is too bright. Whoa. Gotten this working first. Okay. Let's see. Can we get it to work with the green screen? What in the world? Oh no. Somehow it's not recognizing. Yeah, I'm just gonna blind myself, I guess. Of course, now I have no idea. It's not even remotely working. Go defaults. Yeah. I look like a member of the Blue Man Group. Yeah, yeah, I guess we'll just keep the green screen up and not have a green screen. Whatever. I don't know why it was working at first, now it won't work even though the settings are the exact same. See what happens when I leave things up to the last minute. Alright, well at least I have a nice background. Okay, so we'll see how the audio goes. Let's go ahead and jump into things. Gonna get some music going as well so that we have some nice background music. What do we want to play? Okay, that should be coming through on miscellaneous? No. Sorry, I'm sure that was really loud. Okay, that should be better. Let me know if that's good. Doing all this live for the first time. Been a long time since I was live for one of these. We can probably go down to 40 even, maybe. Yeah, let me know on the mic if it's too quiet. I can also turn off the filters. So I can do it without the compressor and the bass. That might be better. I was trying to have some new plugins that give my music more quiet. Wow, that loud, huh? Is that good? Live show. F it, we'll do it live is what Bill O'Reilly would say. Now it's okay. Okay, we'll go with that. Yeah, I turned off the compressor and the bass. I wanted my voice to sound more clear, but I think I'll have to keep fiddling around with that. Alright, well, welcome to the off-season. This is going to be the Season 1 off-season for South Alabama. Of course, we restarted. Originally, we had UTEP in Season 1, and I just didn't like the way the series was going. I wanted to reset a little bit. New team, new locale. We finally have made it out of the Mountain Time Zone, and I think South Alabama, would they even be Eastern Time Zone? Mobile, Alabama Time Zone. No, that's still Central, but at least we're now actually in the Central Time Zone, so we finally at least have escaped that. The season was a total success. So first we're going to go ahead and recap this season, talk about how things went. Of course, we finished the season ranked 25th. Now, I think if we sim the bowl weeks, it might change a little bit. But let's go ahead and go through the... Actually, I guess we should probably sim to the end first, because then we'll have updated stats with everybody's games. No, it doesn't matter too much. Let's just go ahead and look at the stats. Who cares? All right, season stats. So for the year, Zach Pyron finishes with a 65% completion percentage, which is pretty decent. 3,400 yards, 26 touchdowns to 15 interceptions. I actually thought, if we look at his game log, I think that's under stats. And then I can look at game log. This is a really cool feature they added per player. So if we look at his game log, you can see he threw 3 interceptions and 5 interceptions. 8 interceptions in the first 2 weeks. Now that's on me, obviously. Some of those were his throws, but 8 interceptions. If you cut that out, we only threw 7 interceptions the rest of the year. We threw 3 more in week 5. And then after week 5, we threw 1, 2, 3, 4 across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. So I think if you look at the numbers in the game log, they don't look as bad as they do in the aggregate. 15 interceptions looks rough, but honestly for me that's not bad. I remember throwing 38 interceptions with Austin Belton in season 4 of the MacIntyre series, so it can be worse. And then rushing. Of course, we know who was the man on this side of the field. Kentrell Bullock, 1,400 yards to finish his college career, 17 touchdowns. He had 48 broken tackles. That might lead the nation. 7+ runs of 20 or more, a long of 56. Averaged 117 a game. Of course, we know that's actually quite a bit lower than it should be because a lot of those games he was only able to carry a few times towards the end. Winston Malone is the heir apparent. 400 yards on 7 yards a carry, which is pretty nuts. 5 touchdowns for him. 2 20+ yards or more. 6 broken tackles. So Winston Malone currently projects to be our starter next year. I even have a depth chart made up on a spreadsheet to see who's going to start. We'll take a look at that. And then Iverson Celestine will also be leaving, the other senior. 5 yards a carry, 3 touchdowns. He broke 3 tackles. He was pretty decent in relief. Pyron finished with 175 rush yards. I believe they count sacks. And he took... how many sacks? He took 18 sacks, which definitely isn't too bad. Only on 3.4% of his snaps did he take a sack. Also wanted to see his net yards. His yards per attempt were a little lower. I'd like to get that up in year 2. But he ended up running okay if you discount the sacks. So let's go to receiving, where Devin Boyson racked up 1,300, almost 1,350 yards, 16 touchdowns, and 622 yards after the catch, with 22 drops, which is pretty nuts. I mean, we were pretty much force-feeding him the ball. I don't think this includes targets. So 150 receptions, but no idea on how many times we targeted him. It's way more than 150. Kentrell, actually our second leading receiver, with 478 yards. So he had almost 1,900 from scrimmage on the year. with another 2 touchdowns to boot, 16 for Devin Boyson. Of course, these two won the Doak Walker and the Fred Bolitnikoff awards. And then Trent Thomas, definitely our undisputed third best receiver at tight end. He had 415 yards, 6 yards after catch run average, with 9 drops. Micah Woods was solid. I thought he was better than Brennan Jenkins. Of course, Brennan Jenkins will be back. Currently projects to be our only receiver on roster, actually, so we'll see on that. Blocking, we gave up more sacks from the right side than we did the left, actually. So the left side, it says, only gave up 2 sacks on the year. I don't think that's accurate, but this says we gave up 3, 6, 8 sacks on the right side. And we lose pretty much our entire offensive line now. On defense, a lot of tackles for Wesley Miller, Blaine Myrick, of course, racking him up, Darius McKenzie, TFLs. Tyler Carter was really solid, and we do project to lose him, although his caps were not very high. Blaine Myrick, Ed Smith IV, and then sacks. We didn't have as much as we did on UTEP, I don't think. 8 sacks for Tyler Carter, 4.5 for Ed Smith. Emmanuel Waller, if we can bring him back, would be pretty special. 3.5 sacks, and then Mike Harris, 2.5. Mike Harris led the team with 2 interceptions, with Wesley Miller's 2. And then 1 for Myrick, 1 for Singleton, Darby, and Christopher Wallace. And we did have 1 touchdown. That was Mike Harris. I believe that was towards the end of the year. Correct me if I'm wrong. Actually, we can look at the game log. I want to say that was touchdowns. No, that was actually towards the start of the year. That was against Coastal Carolina in the 52-31 win. So that was back when our defense was still really bad. It definitely, you could see our defense improved over the course of the year. Kicking, Davis Little, 12 for 17. I thought he was solid. He was able to bang some home from 50 plus. Perfect from up to 29. Perfect from 29 to 39. Only missed 2 from 39 to 49, and then missed 3 from 50 or more, and that's okay. You can live with missing some from 50 or more. He's a 66 overall. That's not too bad. Then punting, we didn't do as much of it as we should have. 43.4 average with 37.5 average net for Alexei Polkinen. He wasn't too bad. And then kick return, Brennan Jenkins with the most kick return yards. We really only ran 1 returner. He had 1,100, but only averaged 20 a kick, so I don't think that was particularly special. And then Micah Woods averaged about 9 a punt return, so nothing incredible there. And let's go ahead and take a look at some leaders around the nation. So most yards is going to go to Cade Klubnik, with Jaden Mayava finishing second. And then the other 4,000 yard passer, Gunnar Stockton. Most completions, Mayava, with Zach Pyron second, interestingly. And then highest completion percentage among qualifying passers is going to be, this might be a long list. Keep scrolling. Yeah. It's actually not even going to show me. Oh, you know what? I'm stupid. Alright, highest completion percentage, man, goes to Baron Morton. Is that how you say that name? Baron? 69% completion percentage, not too shabby. Most touchdowns, Cade Klubnik, I said it again. Dante Moore with 37. And then, how does Nate Pyron stack up here? Not particularly high. Touchdown percentage, kind of an interesting, we get some advanced analytics. Dante Moore threw a touchdown on 10% of his passes. That's pretty crazy. Interceptions, most in the nation. Second, Zach Pyron. We didn't finish with the most. BYU's McKay Hillstead finished with the most interceptions in the country. And thankfully it wasn't even the most percentage. So 9.3 for Mason Hinchel. CJ Bailey with 4.4%. Okay. Alright, I think that's probably good. Let's go to rushing. Actually finishing, Kintrell didn't even finish in the top. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He finished 9th in the country in rush yards. Again, he just didn't get to play the last bit of the season, so unfortunately that's not super correct, I would say. And he played less games than some of these players. Average, any standout at, whoops, quit out of season stats. There needs to be a better way to view nation stats. Standout averages. We're looking for a lot of carries. 7.7 is pretty high. That's not bad at all. Winston Malone up there at 7.2 with 56 carries. So that's definitely in the upper echelon of like relief backs. Of the big running backs, 200 carries for Al-J Henderson, 7.1 a carry. That is some insane numbers. Most touchdowns goes to Katron Allen with 25 touchdowns. So I'm sure he vultured a lot of those at 5 yards a carry. 24 for Carson Hansen. So some pretty nuts numbers here. And then 17 for Kintrell, of course. Yeah, unfortunately, it's just his numbers are skewed from how it went towards the end of the year. Most broken tackles, Kintrell still actually down here a little bit. Wasn't expecting that. Yards after contact, also down quite a bit. Still won the awards, though. I think the voters knew what he did was special. Devin Voisin finishes with the 4th most receiving yards in the country. And far away the most receptions. 150, next highest 116. I won't say that's necessarily a good thing, because Voisin did drop a lot of passes, and I don't like the idea of having to force feed a guy. It just worked out that way. He was open so often we had to. Most receptions or receiving yards average. I think qualifying here, maybe Mazeo Bennett. 19.7 a catch is pretty high. 42 receptions to get 828 yards. Most touchdowns, Voisin tied for first with Tyler Brown and Romello Brinson. So doesn't get the triple crown, but he is top 5 for it. He got the most receptions, he got the most touchdowns, he did not get the most yards. Almost won a triple crown though. Most rack also goes to Devin Voisin. Probably most drops in the nation, also Devin Voisin, yeah. And then Trent Thomas, 3rd. That's not very good. And then crazy numbers on defense. Wesley Miller's up there. Of course, we turned it over so much. That's not too shocking. Blaine Myrick's up there. Most TFLs in the country. Blaine's up there. Sacks. Doesn't show any of our players, interestingly. I don't think it has enough data on this list to show everybody. If I went to conference, it would show different sack numbers. And then interceptions, we're not going to have anybody there. Okay. I think that's pretty solid. That's good enough. Let's look at some team stats real quick, just to see how we stack up. I'm only going to look in conference, although yards per game, we were top 10 in the country. So we can also look at that. Points, not top 10. Second in total offensive yards. That's pretty nice. Yards per play, we were decently high, I would say. And I think it's going to be mostly our rushing. Yeah, we're top 5. We were 5th in rushing in the country. Passing touchdowns a lot higher, I'd say, than what our actual production was passing. But yeah, didn't score as many first points as I would have liked. But we were number 1 in the nation in first downs per game. So the problem is we get into the red zone a lot and then we wouldn't punch it in. Defensively, I think here we got to switch. Total yards allowed, we were actually one of the worst in the country. Wow, we were 3rd worst. That's pretty bad. If we look at the average, it's better, but not much better. Okay, let's look in our conference. So we are Sunbelt. Offensively, points per game, number 1. Points, number 1. Offense, number 1. Yards per game, number 1. Yards per play, 3rd. Still pretty high. Second most passing. Top 5 passing touchdowns. Most rushing. Most rushing touchdowns. Most first downs. And then on defense, we were kind of middle of the pack points wise. We actually gave up fewer. We were actually pretty good per game. So one of the better defensive clubs in a very weak Sun Belt. Yards per game average, kind of middling there. Pass yards, we gave up the most in the conference. That's very bad. Rush yards, we gave up the least. And I do think that we were a decent rush defense, all things considered. Most sacks in the conference at 25. That's pretty solid. And then turnover-wise, we were tied for third with interceptions. Conversions, our conversions were actually really good. 57% is a really high mark for third down conversions. I definitely feel good about that. Fourth down conversions, we were even at 29 attempts at 68%. That is really, really high. Ignore this 10 for 11 because that's an insane outlier unless you're the Eagles running the tush push over and over. 68% leads the conference at 29 attempts. That's pretty substantial. Red zone efficiency, this is where things are going to drop off a bit. We had 71 attempts, which led the conference. And we came away with 44 of those being touchdowns. That's not bad. Like, our touchdown to field goal split is definitely not bad. The problem is, I wish it tracked red zone turnovers because I want to say Zach Pyron probably threw maybe 7. Maybe 7's a little high. Maybe 5 red zone interceptions. I definitely would get down in the red zone and then really struggle. Defensive red zone touchdown rate, second in the conference. So that was the one thing that really helped us. We'd give up a lot of yards, but then we'd kind of clamp down in the red zone. Out of 52 attempts, which was third in the conference, we gave up the second least amount of touchdowns. Most of those were field goals. That's pretty helpful. And then penalties, this one doesn't really count. You can't count penalties in any of these football games. Turnovers, this is the biggest thing. Tied for worst at -3. So we gave away 16 times. Only 1 fumble on the year. That's nice. And we only took it away 13 times. So definitely have to clean that up in year 2. So now we've got an idea of where the team ranked. All that's not going to matter because we're going to lose the entire team this offseason. I guess we can look at coach stats. Atari Mason, 100% job security. C+ prestige now. On a 9-4 career record. 1 winning season. And that's all we can really see at the moment. We have a 1-0 record against our rivals and a 1-0 bowl record. And then finally, the record book, I guess we can look at. So we'll just look at it. I don't think we broke any records nationally. Samaje Perine against Kansas still holds up. No, nothing there. I do think we broke some Sun Belt records. Let's see. Season? Yeah, Devin Voisin broke the Sun Belt record for receptions in a season. And then all the rest are going to be South Alabama specific. So, career, Jalen Tolbert still holds the receiving yards and receptions for a career. Devin Voisin almost broke in 1 year Jalen Tolbert's receptions record. That's pretty crazy. For a game, Voisin holds the reception record. Pyron holds the passing touchdowns record. And for a season, Pyron holds passing yards. Rushing yards is held by Kintrell Bullock. Receptions, Devin Voisin. Passing touchdowns, Pyron. Rushing touchdowns, Bullock. Receiving touchdowns, Voisin. So our big 3. Okay, I think we are ready to go. I'm not accepting any job offers, and we did not make any staff moves because I forgot, but I'm fine with sitting on our current staff. So let's go ahead and advance. I don't think we're missing anything. I didn't show early National Signing Day. I should have probably showed that to see where we're at. Devin Voisin does win Sun Belt Offensive Player of the Week for his 100-yard, 3-touchdown performance. Can we view? No, I've lost the access to it now. We won't be able to view our early national signing, but that's okay. I think we just sim to the end of bowl season. We can look at the college football playoff bracket, I suppose. Looks like Texas beat USC in the first round. Louisville trounced BYU. Navy loses a close game to Tech. And then Virginia Tech beats Washington. In the quarterfinals, Texas loses to Penn State badly. A&M beats Louisville. Tech beats Iowa State in a Big 12 showdown. And then Clemson beats ACC's Virginia Tech. And so we'll have in the semifinals A&M versus Penn State and Tech versus Clemson. We could have an A&M Texas Tech finish, which would be pretty cool. Let's sim one more week. And in the conference championship will be Clemson and Texas A&M. So number 2 and number 1. Unfortunate there that Tech couldn't make it happen. Really close. Alright, we'll look at the other bowl matchups too. I just want to see if any Sunbelt games happened. Old Dominion, that's Conference USA, right? I think. How come I can't see if this game was played? That just shows bowl matchups, but that doesn't show the actual bowl winners? That's beyond stupid. Whatever. Alright, let's just sim the national championship game. We do level up, and that's important because coach stability goes up to B+, coach prestige up to a C+. I want to use the coach skills now. I have 22. I want to try to use them on QB transfers so we can get quarterback transfers to be more interested now. That's really helpful. And the winner of the national championship was Clemson, beating A&M. Dabo Swinney wins a championship. This game is so unrealistic at this stage. Can we now view bowl results? Final top 25. We don't even make the top 25. We dropped out. No chance we dropped out. Arkansas State left us. We were already in the top 25. No way. Brutal. We're the 26th team in the media polls. That is, that's propaganda right there. I guess Arkansas State won their bowl game. Alright. Can't remember if I already showed All-Americans. I think I did in my final video. Top stories. Klubnik leads the way, wins the Heisman, and wins the title in process. I am not going to put Cade Klubnik into my Madden series, though. I will put non-NIL players in my Madden series that win the Heisman going forward. I will not put any NIL players. I just don't like it. Alright, end of season recap. I think we can go ahead and sim this. And here comes the big news. Miles Cockrell locks us out. Who is leaving? This is going to change the future of the series. I have depth charts already ready. I have transfer portal scouting reports on my own team ready. So I am ready for anybody that leaves. And the first domino that will fall, Blaine Myrick transferring extremely low that we can convince him to come back. And we get 6 persuasions. So that's pretty key. Blaine Myrick, Wesley Miller, Zach Pyron, all very to extreme low. So not looking good that we'll bring any of them back. Bishop Davenport also leaving, very low. EJ Martin, Keenan Phillips. And I just don't think I can persuade any of these guys to come back. Anthony Eager's one that I'm interested in bringing back. I do have him on my list. Eager has low caps though, and he's not a great route runner, so I don't know how much better he'll get. Along the offensive line, I've got Asher Hill. I don't think I even put him down because extremely low. Yeah, there's really no point to even wasting on him. Adrian Griffin, someone that I had on the scouting report to maybe consider bringing back. So I wouldn't mind that. Malachi Preciado, I just don't think we can bring him back. Brand exposure is wild to me. And then Ethan Hubbard's definitely someone I want to bring back, but extremely low again. I just don't see it being possible. Emmanuel Waller, very low. I wanted to bring him back. I don't know. Dominic Wiseman? Yeah, Blaine Myrick hurts though. I think I'm going to have to try on him. I have to give it a shot. Damian Darby is extremely low. Javon Henderson is very low. None of these are even medium. They're all just not coming back. And then our punter, I'm not worried about him though. So the first one I'm going to do, that's extremely low. Spencer Kinney, do I have him listed as someone I'm interested in? No. Okay. I think we have to try for Zach Pyron. We have to try. We know what we have with him. He was a really solid quarterback in year one. Very low, I don't love, but I have 6 of these, so I have to give it a shot. No. He's gone. I think I'll probably try Adrian Griffin, but I'm not going to do it yet. I want to get more towards the back half of these. Emmanuel Waller at 75 overall. I mean, I'd really like to bring him back, but let's save him too. I've got to try for Blaine Myrick. Extremely low. I know this is silly. No. So he's gone. Corner, Javon Henderson and Damian Darby. I had neither of these guys is one that I was looking to bring back, so I'm not necessarily too shaken up about them leaving. Wesley Miller also extremely low, but I've got to give him a chance. I mean, he was really good. No. Man, oh man. And then Caleb Jackson, I didn't have him listed. He didn't transfer. Some of these guys I have on this list didn't end up transferring because I only allow 20 transfers. So we actually have a chance for some of them to come back, and they did. I think we try for the center, Adrian Griffin. No. I'm not going to try on that extremely low. I will try in the very low for Emmanuel Waller. Emmanuel Waller stays. We got 1, at least out of 6. We retain Emmanuel Waller. That's pretty awesome. So he's coming back. His deal breaker was conference prestige. That's not going to get better, but we don't care. He's going to be a senior next year. That's okay. We just needed you back for 1 year. Impact Dev. I think he had high... he had high caps. Yeah, he has high caps. So that was a big get for us right there. I mean, you don't want to only get 1, but if you're going to get 1, that's the one to get. So it really comes down to Anthony Eager and Ethan Hubbard. And I think Hubbard's a better player. Even though it's extremely low, I think I just have to roll the dice on it. It's not like the other chance is high. No. So we lose all but 1. That 1 was a pretty useful one, but we did lose 3 of our best players on this team. Okay. Does that show any other teams and who's leaving? It does. And I can see their ratings. So if you wanted to be a little cheaty, this is the place to do it. I'm not going to really do too much. Championship contender very low. I still can't see their deal breaker attributes, their ratings. But what if we could get someone like Goose Crowder to come in and replace Zach Pyron? Could be interesting. What about our rivals in Alabama? We have Austin Mack transferring per playing time. Well, hey, I got a place you can transfer to get some playing time. Out of Auburn, playing style. Out of Denton, Texas, maybe. Jackson Arnold. Jackson Arnold, wow, I just realized. So, we'll see. The chance that none of those guys are interested in us. Landry Wells has reached his top 3 schools. I don't think that any of these teams are going to pursue heavily in the offseason. Draft results, do we have anyone? No, we don't even get Kentrell. Come on. I'm going to chalk that up to the injuries. Now, he is going to be drafted likely in the Madden series that I'm doing for the Giants, so we'll take that with a grain of salt, but that is going to hurt our draft potential. And here is where we stack up. So we have a deal breaker for pro potential on Madison Hireman, which is fine because we're still number 1 for him and we're the only scholarship offer. So I don't have to touch any of these. I can leave them as they are. Now I will move his down to the bottom just so it segments it out a little bit. And then we have another one that we're in the lead for, and another one that we're the only one for. So sometimes they pull their offers in the offseason. Landry Wells, I'm not going to give any of these guys points either. I will probably have to give some of the ones points that I'm not in the lead for. So that would be these 2 that I'm not in the lead for. And then I'm basically going to go ahead and remove some of these players that have locked me out. And we're at 32 targets. So the question here is, do I want to scout any of these players or do I want to look into the transfer portal? Let's go ahead and look at the transfer portal first. Go any state for now. And can we get any of these quarterbacks? So Avery Johnson transferring out of Kansas State. Rocco Breck transferring from Iowa State. All right. Noah Fafita transferring. Wow. Big names here. Tavian St. Clair. First one we can get is the California quarterback Austin Mack. Playing time is his top deal breaker. I would love to get Austin Mack if possible. I don't remember if he had impact dev, but I'm going to add him to the list. And I think playing time for him should be number 1. Yeah, A+ for us. Ryan Rivers. That wouldn't happen to be Phillip Rivers' kid. Surely not. I didn't see Jackson Arnold. Did I miss him? Oh, here he is. So his deal breaker was playing style, and we have a C+. But we don't satisfy that. Austin Mack might be a little bit lofty of an expectation. How about Arkansas State's Ryan Rivers? He's a sophomore transfer, 6'6" backfield creator, and we're the number 1 on his list by far. Really close prospect too. Michael Tolson, dual threat, which wouldn't be bad. I don't mind that. But I kind of want Ryan Rivers. We're also number 1 for Steve Angeli. Tolfason's is playing time, and so is Ryan Rivers. So the thing with this is, once you get one of these guys, you keep them pretty much. We also have Ricky Collins from Syracuse. Not going to use him. He was in Kane's series as the starter. And then Walker Howard out of Louisiana. We played against him, so we know a little bit about him. A Georgia transfer and Patrick Mooney. So if you wanted a freshman route. But I'm going to go ahead and add Ryan Rivers. And we're going to take a look. We're going to do some scouting. So I know Austin Mack's really good. I don't need to scout him. And I'm a little hesitant to add them both because they both have playing time as a deal breaker. And if I go after them both, one of them's going to get upset about it. Ryan Rivers. 95 throw power. That awareness is really low. But those accuracies are really good. The throw under pressure is really good. Throw on the run's really good. We don't get a play action reading off of him, which is a little disappointing. Not fast, but... I mean, I think he could be the guy. I say we go after him. And I think I've got to start thinning the board a little bit. I just don't think we can get onto the Austin Mac train in time. You know, I say that, though. I'm really going back and forth on this one because I do like Ryan Rivers a lot. He looks solid. Oh, wrong list. If Mac comes, he's going to stay the entire time. That's the thing with playing time. If you are the guy, you are always going to be the guy. So part of me wants to throw him the offer. They're both sophomores. I know Mac's better. Or I assume Mac's better than Ryan Rivers. I guess I don't know that for a fact. Let's just have him on the list for now. And none of these guys have offers, so I really can go after some of these players, but what do I do? This is tough. Wide receiver, Mike Cobb. Oh, that's horrendous speed. How about you? That's not bad. We can go after that. And that should be enough, I think. I'm the only offer. I'm not going to look too much more into that. I really wouldn't mind a fullback. Let me see if there are any in the transfer portal. Do we want to go ahead and change this song? Go with 6 seasons. See, we have 2 fullbacks that are recommended. What about just amongst the nation? Yeah, not a lot of fullbacks transferring, and I'm not particularly interested in either of these. I'd much rather go after a guy that's a freshman. So we're gonna offer him. I want to move him above. And then we have some Will and Mike linebackers, which I think are going to be better. I want to get my running back from the portal, I think, because I think I can get a better running back from the portal. So let's look there as well. Who does it recommend at running back? Jaden Thomas, East-West playmaker, playing styles really high. Playing times really high for Duke Watson. And we're in the top 4. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, you saw what we did with Kentrell. I might have to look towards Duke Watson on this one. That would be a big get for us. And then we have a lot more interested down here. Kenyon Clay, I know a little bit about him from playing against him. He was definitely special. I wouldn't mind bringing Kenyon Clay in. As a matter of fact, might just go ahead and add him. Go ahead and scout our newest entry here, Duke Watson, first. Change of direction's really high. Juke's really high. Speed is probably going to be substantial here. I don't think I need to scout too much more. I think that's a surefire pick. And playing style for Josh Jones out of Mississippi. All these guys have playing style. I'm just curious. I want to know, like, I wish I got more information on scouting because, okay, I'm going to get rid of Ronnie Dar here. It's really a question of speed. Yeah, that's going to be slow. That could be decent, so I'm going to offer a scholarship there. Move him up above. I've got to be careful. I don't have enough players here. I mean, I guess I could field a full freshman team, but Duke Watson, Ryan Rivers. I don't want to fill my roster with players who aren't going to want to stay is the thing. Conference prestige being low, I mean, he's just going to want to leave after a year. Champ contender is definitely in the realm of possibility, but then we have to keep winning. So I think I'd rather just find someone in the portal. Yeah, gosh, do I want to try for Austin Mack, or do I just settle for Ryan Rivers? The other thing is, I didn't look to see if, like, Zach Pyron wanted to come back. So let's look for, we're looking for South Alabama. Zach Pyron's interested in coming back. He's a junior. Would I rather go for him over Ryan Rivers? I mean, I know what I'm getting with Zach Pyron. I know what he's good at, and he was good at a lot of stuff. He has impact dev. That's the thing, is I might get better dev. I think I'd like to bring back the hometown kid, though. I mean, I'd have to do this song and dance again. So he is a junior. He's going to be a senior next season. I guess I'd only have to do it one time. That's really tough. That's tough. I might have to come back to him. That wide receiver, do we want to look at Anthony Eager? I mean, I think we can do better than him now. Even going to be very high on this list? Probably not. I wish there was a way to filter. There he is. Anthony Eager. Yeah, I'm not really interested in that. How about Kenton Jarrito? Offensive lineman. In fact, he's an offensive guard. I definitely want to bring him back. Yeah, actually, what I should do at first is look at these needs. Hale's all the way down here. Not even seeing Dorito. We have a lot of 4-star interest. You know what? I don't think he transferred. I think that's what happened. I don't think Kenton Dorito transferred. I should have cleared this list first. Or no, that's not right. Adrian Griffin at center. He transferred. Preciado's not interested in coming back. Adrian Griffin is. And he had caps none. So he has literally no ratings left. I'm not interested in that then. Emmanuel Waller we brought back. Plain Myrick, I mean, we can give it a try. He doesn't have any interest. We could give it a try. We could give it a try. That's the best I can offer. I wouldn't mind bringing back Dallas Young at cornerback. The other thing is, do I want to bring back the players that left in the first place too much? Because... let's see. Darby's not interested in coming back. Henderson's not interested in coming back. I didn't even see him on this list. I guess he didn't transfer either. Okay, and then last of all is our free safety Wesley Miller. And he is interested in coming back, and he's a junior, so I would love to have him back in the program. We're going to bring him back. Okay. I've only offered 26 out of 35 scholarships, so that's important to keep track of as well. I'm going to offer to both Myrick and Wesley Miller. I think I'm going to drop Austin Mack because I have two options I can go after. I can go Ryan Rivers route and get someone new that I hope is better. I mean, I can tell you for a fact the throw power is way better. The accuracies are better. That play action is really the biggest thing that I'm unsure of. Speed and acceleration aren't better, but it doesn't matter much at that point. I am going to throw in the full 50 points into Duke Watson for now. I'm going to put 25 into Myrick and Miller. These are only 1-year stopgaps, but at least we know we don't have to replace them after the year. And what else do we need to replace? We could use more running backs. I don't think I can see who's... Let me check to see who's on my roster currently at wide receiver. Yeah, we have 3 wide receivers. It's showing 6. So one thing that they need to fix is I need to not see the seniors in calculations because I only have 3 wide receivers. I did get Brennan Jenkins back. That's pretty nice, actually. And Graham and Scott. So wide receiver is a pretty big need for us. Very substantial need. We do have a lot coming in, though. So I guess that's a thing as well. We bring in 2. We've got another 3, 4 here that we're recruiting. So it's more like, can we get a star wide receiver to come to the program? Speedster for playing style. Hudson Clement out of Illinois. Playing style. TJ Smith. Titus Mokiao Atimalala would not be bad. Playing style's high for him out of Hawaii. And he's a junior, so we get him for 2 years, I think. Is that how that works? No, I think that'd be 1 year, right? Let's see on Zach Pyron. I think he showed as a 1 year. Yeah. So that's good to know. Where was I? Yeah, TMA would be a 1 year stopgap solution. I think he's pretty solid. Hudson Clement. I don't know if I can contend for some of these 4-star guys, though. I wouldn't mind someone younger. From Alabama, Corey Milner? Out of UAB? We faced him. He was pretty good. I think I wouldn't mind bringing Corey Milner in. Yeah, let's look his way. And then a route artist, Jake Godfrey from UL Monroe. I don't remember the tape on him very much, but he had almost 500 yards too. So I say we try this. See what we can do with those guys. We even have Jabin Mbakwe from Alabama, who wants playing time. Elusive route runner. Let's add all 3 of them. So first of all, we've added Duke Watson, and Watson, I think, is more going to be a speedster. I wouldn't mind a between the tackles player, though. Who do we have that's interested in coming here that would fit that bill? Elusive Bruiser would certainly fit the bill. And he's going to be a senior. This is Branson Robinson, who put up 400 yards last season. Let's take a look at some of these players. Yeah, Milner was good. So I'm going to go ahead and offer him and give him 25. Jake Godfrey, let's see on him. Speed and acceleration are really, really good. The awareness is already really high. The route running's pretty good in the intermediate. Yeah, this guy's your Devin Boyson replacement. How about Mbakwe? Whoa! Look at that speed. Oh no, I don't even need to look further than that, that's for sure. Okay. So this is our big target so far. I think I'm not going to go with Zach Byron for next year. I think that's kind of my plan. At QB, we already have 1, 2. We're bringing in 3 freshmen. We have another quarterback that we already have on the roster that was a freshman, so he'll be a sophomore. He'll be the backup probably. And then we bring in a junior who's going to be probably quite a bit better than any of those guys. I think I'm pretty set with that. So we have 3 more spots. And I don't have any place to cut anybody. So I've either got to start looking at some of these guys. Let's see. Let's move him under this. So now we know everybody below is somebody we don't have interest in. So we maybe could create 3 more spots on top of that. Tight end wouldn't be bad. I would like a blocking tight end. Of course, we have to look at the line too. Outside linebacker, we actually have a lot of spots to fill on this team still. We're 4th on this list for Caleb Lomu. I want a pass protector though. Out of New Jersey, nah. 2nd for raw strength. Deal breaker is playing style, left tackle. So he'd be a junior. He did start 13 games last season. Out of Utah too, so that's a pipeline for Atari. And then an Alabama pass protector. That's what I'm looking for right there. Okay. I don't really have any points to doink around with on recruit or like scouting. Got some interest from a raw strength guard. Another raw strength guard, playing style. NC, Colorado, California, raw strength, Rhode Island. And then an Alabama 3-star. Braden Joyner. Championship contender though. Championship contender. Okay, let's go with that highest guy we saw. I think he was up here. I mean, transfer freshman, so he'll be a sophomore, 6'6" at guard. Ryan Hoverton, yeah. Go ahead and offer definitely to Ramil and Howerton. And I think we could even use Papa Tutai, if I said that right. This is really tough. I've got so many high school players coming in that I really don't know. Okay, so he's going to lock us out next week. We would probably get into the top for him. Josh Jones. I just don't think I need to bring this guy in. I don't know if he's even going to be that good, so we're going to actually cut him. AJ Schneider's not... I don't necessarily want to, but then... This is so difficult. This is beyond difficult. So we still could really use some safeties, maybe. How about Mike? Any interested Mike linebackers? Not that are high on our list. An Arkansas lurker? Just hoping more for a signal caller. No dice. How about outside linebacker? Blaine Myrick, of course. We're going to try to bring him back. That would definitely help out a lot. A thumper, a lurker. Any signal callers? No. It is rough out here. Defensive tackle. We could definitely use one of those. And we have some good defensive tackles that are interested. Pure power, freshman. Can we contend with someone like this? With Georgia, Illinois, and Kentucky? I don't know. That seems pretty pie in the sky. How about two-star Ansel Din Maba? He'd be a senior. But wouldn't probably be bad. He's 323rd. I just don't think we can contend with any of these other schools. And Maba's looking for playing style. We fit that. I think that's a pretty fair fit. We do have linebackers on. I have to remember, I'm bringing in an edge. I'm bringing in a linebacker. I'm bringing in a lineman, cornerback. I don't have any cornerbacks on this board, so that's a problem. I'm bringing in a Mike. A running back, backfield threat. I mean, but he's out of Alabama, so I got to keep him. Another cornerback we'll be bringing in. Is there anybody I can cut? Not really. This is gonna make me sick. Stream's over. Started dropping frames at the end. Oh man, Spectrum really let you down, huh? Well, I mean, that was it was pretty fun watching you fall into the lava over and over. What was it, 3 times? That was kind of fun. If you, I guess you just joined in. We lost pretty much all our best players, so I've actually added back some of them. So they transferred away, but then they didn't lock us out of trying to go after them again. So Blaine Myrick was our arguably best defensive player with Weston Miller last year. I've got both of them that I'm trying to recruit back. My quarterback I could have also brought back. He was interested in returning. But I saw Ryan Rivers, and he's actually, I think, going to be better. So I'm looking to bring him in instead. And now the thing is, I'm at my cap of 35 players because I have so many freshmen I was able to recruit, and I don't feel like I've answered enough issues. So, I mean, you can look at the red. The red is the positions that I have empty right now, and that's the targets. So it wants me to target 6 outside linebackers. I only have 2 targeted. My biggest thing is cornerback. I actually really want a cornerback, but I don't know. Let's see. We're generating some interest, but nothing tremendous, honestly. The problem here, a lot of these cornerbacks, it's playing style. And we have F. We were so bad on defense that most of these cornerbacks do not want to come here. We have an Alabama bump and run cornerback. Evan Smith would definitely want to bring him in. Especially because, well, nah, he's got pro potential. So I think we just got to go with what we have. I don't think I can look anywhere else. I think we're going to lock in this first recruiting cycle. Now I just have to distribute points. We're going to do at least 25 for all these players. I guess we're going to do at most 25. That's all I have to offer. Alright, we've got all our points offered. Oh wait, no, we have 25 extra. So who out of these bunch is the one I'm most interested in bringing in? Probably the other running back, to be quite honest. Duke Watson and then Branson Robertson. Kind of are my top targets. Blaine Myrick also is interesting, but with how much I ran the ball last year and what I plan to do in Season 2, I think that's how I've got to allocate things. Yeah, thankfully I have not dropped, I don't think, a single frame. Yeah, currently it says I'm streaming 10,000 kilobits. I don't know why that's the case. Or maybe that's what I have it set to. Alright, let us advance to week 2. Let's see if we're going to have to make any adjustments on the fly for these guys. Nothing so far. Wesley Miller, yep, good on that. Alright, who are we not getting? First of all, let's look at the freshmen we are currently looking to bring in. Any of them? No offers for Ricky Childers. We did jump into first for AJ Schneider, even though weren't on the board. So I think we can sit here, and I think there's still a chance we can get into Ricky Childers' board. And then all the other ones that we are the only offer for, nobody's touching them now. That's fine. Did I mess up with Ryan Rivers? No, we're still tops for playing sign. So that lets me know Ryan Rivers is going to be better than Logan Abraham day 1. Probably shouldn't even have him on the board, to be honest. Oh, teams do make moves. I didn't know that. Interesting. So I can't just be so sure that Joey Albert isn't going to go to Duke. And that's okay. I can go ahead and throw some points at him. Because we need edge. I cannot let that go. Now, let's look at the other players. Ryan Rivers, we're the only offer for. Oh, Duke Watson, we have some competition. Oh, man. This one could get hairy. Oh, and the same one here. Well, I've got to try. He has playing style and playing time. No, he has playing style as a deal breaker, and that's the only thing we know, of course. We're going to have that happen. We have no idea what his attributes are. It could be anything. So we're going to have to just sit on Send the House. I don't know that I'm going to win either of those battles. What I'm going to do first is move. I'm going to organize these guys to where the one offer players, like Blaine Myrick's a one offer player. Wesley Miller, we're the only ones trying to bring back our former players. We're the only offer for most of these guys. So I'm going to bump these down to 10. Try to free up some more points for now. Jalen Mbakwe. I don't think anybody had playing time. They do have playing time, but that's okay. Should be fine. I can't get too cute here. So I'm going to drop him a little bit, but I'm not going to, you know, things could go bad for me if somebody offers. Got to keep the QB high. I think I can probably drop him down a little bit, though, because we're top 5 for him now. I don't even have to worry about a visit. So I'm just going to keep that as it is. He has playing time as his top. Let's just see real quick if there's any sway we can do. One, two. So there's two it could be. I can try to go ahead and figure them out. So it's either campus personality or the clutch. I'm going to go the clutch first. And I'm just going to throw 20 into him, see what happens with that. And I don't feel comfortable with Blaine Myrick only getting 10. Let's do 30. Same with Wesley Miller. I'm going to do 15 for him. Just in case. These guys I have pretty good leads on, so I'm not too concerned about it. Left tackle, I have to take this one pretty seriously. I think we stick with 25. Same with defensive tackle, but I'm going to go 15 on that one. And then I have to keep an eye on Duke Watson and Branson Robinson. There's a really good chance we don't get either of these guys, so I have to kind of be ready to pivot pretty hard. And running back's one where I can't afford to be wrong. Gonna go ahead and bump this up to 50 and bump this up to 50 as well. That should put me as number one on those guys' boards. We have a lot of hours left though, so do I... What do I do here? Do I risk things? I guess I can go ahead and spend them all. 50 for him. I don't need to worry about anybody else. Oh, you know what I can do is put 50 into the fullback too. That should catapult me into the top. And then I have the lead on everybody else. Except for this Will linebacker that I'm also going to put 50 points into. And this free safety. Okay, I'm going to try to play it a little cute on these other guys. And we're doing the most we can. We've already scheduled a visit for him. Playing style. But again, this could be anything. I mean, let's take a look. But this could be anything. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It could be 6 different things. I physically can't do anything other than sit in the house. I have 40 points left over. So I'm going to go ahead and go max on Blaine Myrick. I really don't want to let him go. I know how good he is. Same with Wesley Miller. All right. If I'm out of the race on the running backs in week 3, I have to pivot real hard, and I have to hope I can find somebody really good. This could be really close. So the Duke guy we're in the lead for. Now I can schedule a visit for him. The free safety, I don't know. Okay, I'm the only offer for him now, so I can go ahead and drop that 50 points. What about the fullback? We're third. I think I can drop this one down to like 25. Still the only offer for all these other guys. Quandre Stitzer really wants to go to Alabama. And he wants to go for pro potential, and I don't have that for him. Joey Abbott. Let's come back to him. First of all, let's take a look at the top guys that we have. Ryan Rivers. Our sell was correct, so we're good on that. I think I leave this as it is. Blaine Myrick, we're the only one. I'm going to go ahead and drop the send the house. No need to send the house for a guy that's coming here, clearly. And he has playing style, so let's do a soft sell for the playing style. Conference prestige. That's that one. So standard bearer. Wesley Miller, also I can go ahead and drop the points for. Start trying to vulture some of these points back. He has pro potential. Pro potential. That's one. Could be two. What was the other one? Gamer. Sunday player. Does he want to be a Sunday player? He might. Yeah, I mean, let's try it. It doesn't matter too much. We're still in the lead for Corey Milner, so I'm going to drop the 5 points there. We're pretty heavily in the lead for Jake Godfrey, who has playing style. I'll do a 20-pointer for him. Playing style and conference prestige. I think that's only the one. Yeah, it's going to be standard bear. How about Mbakwe? He has playing time. We can go to the soft sell for him. Playing time and pro potential. That's football influencer. Ooh. It could be clocked in, which I think would be worth doing. We're going to try clocked in. Playing style. This is not the most fun stuff here. Kind of just like guesswork. Playing style and coach stability. That's one. Let's try the clutch. Alright, Tennessee has left us for Duke Watson. That's kind of what I was worried about. Playing time, coach stability. Is there any chance here? Let's see. Playing time and coach stability. Please just be one. Please let me know that it's the one that I can do. There's one. The clutch, which would be really good. It's the clutch. We have a chance in this. Hold the phone. I'm going all out because we need this guy. Playing time. You will come be Kentrell Bullock too. You can be him. Alright, we've got the full-on points for him. I mean, we're going all out to win him. Branson Robinson, we just left in the number 1 for with the visit. Kind of carried a little bit. Unfortunately, playing style is still the only thing I have. That's ridiculous. It could still be 1, 2, no. 2, 3, 4. Brutal. So we're going to send the house again for him. Left tackle Stanton Rammel. Number 1-4. He has brand exposure, which is really low. Championship contender, which isn't bad. Brand exposure and champ contender. That's 1, which is house call. Or 2, which is primetime player. I just don't know enough. I'm going to send the house. I think it's not far off anyway. We can get a competitive visit with Duke Watson. What did he have? He had championship contender and brand exposure. Man. I guess we'll go championship contender. I can't really do better than that, unfortunately. Playing style now. There's just no way to know on this one. This one could be anything as well. Playing style, which is an A, so at least I can get him a visit in on playing style. Alright, it all comes down to whether I can lock these guys up. And I think we can give a visit to Abbott. We could also hard sell. I don't think that's going to end up being good. Let me just check the hard sell calculator. So C, A plus, and F. C, A plus, F, hard sell. If you say so. And then we can schedule a visit in week 4. I'm not going to do that yet. I don't think they're going to schedule a visit, so I'm not going to worry about it. They have 80 points left over. I think we got to make sure we get Ansol Din Maba. Definitely want to make sure we get him. We'll put 10 in. Another 10. Another 10. Another. We'll do 5 for Corey Milner. And then 10 for Ryan Rivers. Alright, this is going to be week 4. This is our last chance. If we get this week wrong, we're stuck with it. So I don't see any commitments, unfortunately. I am nervous. This is a lot. I think we've locked in Joey Abbott. I don't think there's a chance they can get him. Do we do enough to get Quandre Stilter? I'm not sure. And this will be our final week for the fullback. This is our last chance to get up ahead in that one. I think I'm still going to win all these battles. It just comes down to this guy, which, I mean, that bar is really close. I might have to put a visit on him, but I'm going to save it for last. And I don't think I have to put a visit on Joey Abbott. I think we've locked that one up as long as we keep 50 points. So it comes down to this. Ryan Rivers, we're going to get. Blaine Myrick, we're going to get back. Wesley Miller, we're going to get back. Corey Milner, looks like we're going to get. Jake Godfrey. Jalen Mbakwe. Rhino Tapa Tutai. And Ansel Dinimba. Duke Watson, we're number 1 for. And they don't have a visit lined up. This one should be locked up. Branson Robinson's really close. We might lose this one off the visit. I think we're going to. For the simple fact that I still don't know what to sell him on. Playing style is still all we have, which could still be 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, there's just no way. I'm going to lose this on the visit because I don't think it's possible. Ramel, we're first 4. We're sending the house because D+, B, A+. Okay, we know what we have on him, so I can go ahead and hard sell that. It's this one. That's definitely going to be worth the hard sell. Alright, we should be getting him. I think we're locked up for Ryan Howerton. Just to be on the safe side, though, I'm going to go ahead and hard sell him. That's the clutch, I believe. Yeah. That should be enough. So it really comes down to Branson Robinson. Do I try for Branson Robinson or do I give up? Because we're currently in the lead, so we could win him. But there's no guarantee on that. Looking like we're going to win everybody else. Duke Watson. Here's the other thing is if I don't end up winning Duke Watson, I'm out both of these guys. Whereas if I go after someone else, at least I have a chance then. I do think I'm going to go ahead and schedule a visit for Quandre Stitzer. Or, well, he's from Alabama though, but he's pro potential. That's not going to go up. Do I move on from Quandre Stitzer? Playing time, proximity to home, playing time for this quarterback is a deal breaker, doesn't matter. Championship contender, playing style, conference prestige. We need a center though. even if I end up losing him. Playing time, proximity to home, playing style, playing time, playing style. Pro potential for this contested specialist. What if I moved on from Madison Harriman? And now we have one free. We go and get the best possible running back available. That would be a 2-star, so that's not ideal. Just as an insurance move here. I don't think we can get Bill Davis or Darian Dupree. Kenyon Clay. How about Kenyon Clay? We could definitely bring in him. And then that's your insurance plan. Championship contender. He's going to leave after this year anyway. I like this a lot. And that should be a guaranteed thing we'll get him. I mean, I can scout him real quick just to see. Those ratings are going to be decent. That's a good other back to have. My only concern is if it knocks Duke Watson's playing time, but I don't think it will. I think Watson's still going to be considered the best. How about that? I think that's pretty solid. Any ready for visits we need to worry about? Starting with the punter. None of these guys. Quandre Stitzer. Now we can go ahead and schedule a visit with him. He has pro potential, which is our best option. That's awful. Alright, so we'll schedule the visit with him. I might as well go ahead and schedule Joey Abbott for a visit just to be on the safe side. We can do playing style for him. And then the rest of these guys are all pretty much locks to come here. Every single other person on this list. This might be the first time in any NCAA game ever I get every single possible recruit. I think we're set 25 hours, but I have nothing to spend them on. Let's go ahead and full send this. Oh, I really hope I don't screw things up with Duke Watson. I am so nervous that this running back thing with Kenyon Clay is going to mess it up, but we're going to try it. Fortune favors the bold. And will fortune favor Atari Mason? Wesley Miller's back. That's good news. Blaine Myrick's back. We knew these, but that's good to know. Corey Milliner is coming in. Good. Ansel Din Mba, welcome to the team. He will be the new, probably starting nose tackle. Jake Godfrey comes. Delonte Waller, the new punter of the team from Montgomery. Carlos Corbin at cornerback. Miles Iheanacho from Prattville, Alabama. Althea Littlejohn. I haven't seen him yet, so I'm a little nervous. Danny Ham. George Hagens at center. Ed Bacchus. Jerry Vaughns, 2-star quarterback. Logan Abraham, 3-star quarterback out of Dallas, Texas. Wide receiver Dalton Weil from Mobile, Alabama, homegrown kid. Colin Lester at will linebacker. Landry Wells, you got to show me these running backs, man. Quandre Stitzer comes. Joey Abbott, please show me Duke Watson. Ryan Howerton. Come on. Stanton Ramil. Duke Watson! Out of Forsyth, Georgia. That's a big one. Rhino Tapa'a Tutai. We got someone from Utah. Jalen Mbakwe. Ryan Rivers, your new QB1. No more Zach Pyron. We'll have to see where he went. I'm excited to see that. Kenyon Clay, we got him. Can we get Branson? Ricky Childers, the fullback. AJ Schneider at wide receiver. And we did not get Branson. Branson Robinson commits to Mississippi State, so I was definitely right to go ahead and get Kenyon Clay. That was the good call. Let's go ahead and take a look at National Signing Day. This is going to be wild. Every single player except for one went to South Alabama. Branson Robinson. I got 34 out of my 35 targets. Wow. Does this reveal development traits? Yes. So Howerton is impact. That's really big. And I think his deal breaker was playing style. So as long as we can satisfy that. Star for Stanton Ramil. That's huge. Wow. Duke Watson impact. Okay. Not bad though. Normal, impact, normal. I think a lot of these guys, normal for Ryan Rivers. That's kind of wild. So maybe I should have gone after Zach Pyron. Maybe I messed up there. Polpunga star. Did I already know that? I don't think so. Polpunga star corner. And I think proximity to home was his deal breaker. So we have a star. Okay, I think I didn't know that actually. Yeah. Ricky Childers normal. That's fine. Any standouts here? Hinacho is impact. Normals across the board. Dalton Weil impact. Impact for Quandre Stitzer. And then impact for Joey Abbott. Perfect. Top classes in the country. That's got to put us up there, right? Not even top 30, not even top 40. Coming in at 51 with 31 3-stars and 1 4-star. Are you joking me? There's no way. Okay. Position changes. I don't think there's going to be any changes to make here. So Jerry Vaughn's is a 59 overall. Then Logan Abraham, dual threat, normal. Of course, we've got Jared Hollins, who I don't think is going to leave. So we'll have him, maybe the heir apparent, to 78 overall Ryan Rivers. Oh, no, I trolled. I should have brought back Zach. So he's about the same overall. We get him for 2 years. So I guess Zach would have only been a 1-year guy anyway. But Zach will probably end up being better than Ryan Rivers will. After the training boosts. We bring in Roy Woods. And he'll probably transfer after this year. At running back, Duke Watson, 87 overall. Now, we only have 3 running backs. That's very concerning. But 87 overall is pretty big. Yeah, not Zach. We lost the blob. Kenyon Clay, 83 overall. So, pretty solid with really good strength. That's exactly what I was looking for. Trucking's 87. Perfect. And then Winston Malone, our 3rd running back. I'm a little concerned that we don't have a 4th running back even. Childers is 64 overall. We've got a million wide receivers. And so the first thing I'm going to do is see who's got the best ball carrying vision amongst you. 79 for Jalen Mbakwe. Best carrying is going to go to Jake Godfrey. And then Terrence Spruce. So he could definitely play running back, it looks like. 84 speed is really low, though. Wow. That's pretty bad. What about his juke and all that stuff? Trucking, stiff arm. Spin and juke are alright. We'll have guys to sub in at running back, but I'm not super impressed there. So wide receiving, we don't have necessarily Devin Boyson from last year, but we've got some replacements. 97 speed on Jalen Mbakwe is pretty incredible. Who did we get that was a freshman that was an impact player? Dalton Weil. 6'4", 189. Something tells me that strength is only 63. That's not a tight end. Trying to see if we have any tight ends here. Darian Graham. AJ Schneider. Alexander Newsom comes in actually below Terrence Spruce, but he's a little faster. So I want to see on Newsom, what is his quarterback ability? 72. So those accuracies are really bad. So he would be a project quarterback that would not start in the near future. And I think that would just be a waste of his skill set. 75 overall for a running back. And we have to remember these caps get cut too. And I don't think this shows you any defensive ratings, does it? So that's the thing too, is I have no idea on what these guys could do defensively. Like Corey Milner. No defensive ability. About the gadget players. Terrence Spruce. No. Alexander Newsom. No. Then the other thing is playing time. Who's got a playing time deal breaker? Mbakwe does. I don't see why he should play. I guess he wants to be higher than third on the depth chart. Terrence Spruce has a playing time deal breaker. Jerry and Graham does. And Jeremy Scott. I mean, at tight end, we've got decent players. Like, we kept Rod Gibbs. We've got Trent Thomas in for his junior year, and he's really good. And Miller McCrumbie can be maybe that you. So here's the other thing I want to do. Is look at tackles. So pass protector for Caleb Trufant. Proximity to home, so he'll be staying around. I want my best pass protectors on the left side because I believe at quarterback, Ryan Rivers right-handed. Yep. So we'll have Ramil. We'll move Papa Atuatai to right tackle. Doesn't matter too much, I don't think. Okay, so the only other thing I'm missing is a really, really solid center. Dorito even could play center for us. I don't know that I mind that at 92 strength. That's going to put him in the upper echelon. I think we move Dorito to center. So now the hole is at right guard. And I don't have necessarily the best fill for it. We could play Caleb Trufant at right guard, but his strength is really low. We have the answer at right guard. Jalen Booker, 84 strength. That's not too bad. We could definitely play him. We could also just accept that one of our guys is already there. I think we'll go with that for now. Left edge, right edge. I don't think this matters too much. I'm just going to set left to be speed and right to be power or edge setter. It's kind of a personal preference thing. I don't think it matters any at all. The way for me to group stuff. Alright, left tackle, or defensive tackle, rather. Ansel Dinamba is 80 overall, so I think that's not as good as Ed Smith, but that's not bad. That's not bad at all. RJ Moss is going to be, you know, pretty solid backup. And yeah, I think this is a pretty decent. I think I want Blaine Myrick to move to Mike. Again, this doesn't matter too much. They're all going to be playing. I mean, we're going to be playing not much in the base anyway. Most of the time, we're going to have sub-package linebackers in. It's just a personal preference thing. I don't think they lose any points here. Oh no, is it doing the thing, the glitch? Caleb Dozier becomes a lurker as a mic? Oh. Okay, we'll move him to back to Mike then. Okay, I think I like the way I have it set up. That means we have some players at Sam, some players at Will. Again, that's not going to matter. And then corner, oh, this is going to be a problem. This is going to be tough. Punga's going to start. And then, guess is as good as mine. Who from this bunch is slow? Danny Ham. Of course, we brought him in. He's a field cornerback, field archetype. Anybody here who's fast with good press? Like, who's got the worst pursuit? Cordell Hood. But he could play slot. I'm gonna rock with what I have so far. I actually ended up keeping one of our punters, interestingly. And then our athlete is Miles Ihinacho, backfield threat. So we did get that other running back, and I'm definitely going to move him there. But he has cornerback skills? Is that right? Ooh, yeah, but 84 speed. He's a little tiny to play edge rusher, in my opinion. Could maybe play linebacker. Would be a lurker linebacker. Could play safety, and that wouldn't be too bad. But do we want to level him as a running back? I mean, maybe. Impact development, playing style's high for him, so probably safer to level him as a running back. I don't think he helps enough as a cornerback. Let's just check all his ratings real quick. Not great ball carrier vision. I don't see amazing stats for him. It's actually not going to show me all his stats. That's really frustrating. We'll just do running back. That's fine. All right. We're nearly complete. This is going a little longer than I was hoping. We're not on great pace. I'll try to speed this up a little bit. Wesley Miller upgraded to Star Dev. That's it. Bit shocking. Ryan Rivers. Here's where the rubber is going to meet the road because we only have 18 points to spend on him. This is brutal. Really brutal. Gonna have to upgrade his IQ, I think, all the way. Like, the accuracies could get better, but I think I gotta go IQ. I can't trot out a guy that's sub 70 awareness. And we can just go ahead and max out his IQ. So the play action gets up to a 90. That's really good. Awareness is capped out at 75. He will never be smarter than 75. And then going forward in the next year, you know, with the 15, 20 points he gets, we can put those into accuracy, I guess. That's really the only options I have. Would love to get a boost to trick play action plays, but I think I messed up a little bit getting him instead of Zach Byron. Now we've got Jared Hollins. Even he comes in with 48 points. And we can just put all his points into... We could even put some points into speed, maybe. Max him out on speed? Now he's intriguing. I mean, I don't think he's going to play, but we could certainly look his way at some point. In the future, he could play. Duke Watson. Impact Dev, 29 points to spend. We can get one more into speed, and I don't see why not. Maxed out on speed, 96 speed, 97 acceleration. That's incredible. Gosh, I'd love to get that injury up, but it might be smarter to just go ahead and get like his IQ up. I think that's probably the better play. Better at changing direction. That wouldn't be bad, actually. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, we capped out his IQ, so 89 overall. Really good player. Might actually be better than Kentrell. Kenyon Clay we brought in to be the new power back. He's got 18 points to spend. Do I want to get speed up or do I want to get power up? I think I want to get power up. We have backs that I think are very specialized, and I'd like them to do what they do best. Proof stiff arms. Actually, that's not bad. Let's do that. I think that's all the points we have to spend. Get his route running up. I'm not worried about that. And then Winston Malone. Do we get his quickness up that much more? I don't think so. I think we put everything into route running for him. Maybe a little awareness. Get his hands up some. That's not bad. So he's still going to be fast, and now he should be a little more adept as a pass catcher. Corey Milliner. Get that speed up. Milliner is a speedster archetype. Yeah, I think I wouldn't mind maxing that out. And then it's a question of, do I want route running or do I want hands? I think I want a little of both. So that got him up to an 82. Jake Godfrey is a route artist. And I kind of want to get everybody's speed up a little bit to an extent. So we'll go route running after that. 86 overall. That's pretty impressive. He's only a junior too. Mbakwe is an elusive route runner. I have to go max speed there. He gets to 99 speed. How can I not do that? Gotta get his hands up some. Improve spin moves. Do another one into route running, another 2 into route running. Ooh, ooh, that is an intriguing player right there. Wow. Brendan Jenkins is slow. I think that's what we go for him. And try to go a little faster through this. Jerry and Graham. Speedster. I don't think this is going to matter much, but... your route running's got to be better than that, my friend. And Jeremy Scott. Brent Thomas. This one. Where's run blocking? Not actually even an option. Gonna get his route running up. Maybe quickness wouldn't be bad either. Get that up a point and then get hands up one. And IQ up. I think he's more dangerous. Not by much. Not much better now. Rod Gibbs. I really just want a blocking tight end. Same with Miller McCrumbie. He's a blocking archetype and it can only go up 4 points. That is something else. That is something else. Here, you know what? No, I'll do Brad Long. Sorry, 35 overall. You're never gonna see the field. But I guess if I can at least trust that you're competent blocking. Whoa! Did you see his overall shot up from 35? Now it's in the 60s. Now he's a 66. He just went from the worst on the team by 30 points to third. How does that make sense? Alright, Stanton Ramil. 57 points to spend. These are going into pass blocking. I need someone who can lock down. But I also have to keep in mind, we do want to run as well. So, let me up that also. Ramil is a junior, keep in mind. So he will stay around for another year. Now an 84 overall. Championship contenders got to stay up high, though. And I don't think it's going to. I think we'll be losing him after this year. But at least we'll have him. Anybody comes in behind him has to be able to pass block. All right. Just max that out. Get footwork up. That's a big bump. And then finish out pass blocking. And get footwork up some more. Footwork. Alright, at least that's a serviceable player now. Ish. Howerton, I definitely want to run mostly. I mean, I want to run a lot off tackle as well, but we're going to bump up run blocking, I think, mostly. Make sure pass blocking is okay, but then I think I'm going to mostly lean into that run blocking. Now, Howerton is a sophomore. With playing style is his deal breaker, so we definitely want to make sure we're satisfying the run game with him. I'm going to put another point into that. Bump reblock up one. And this guy is pretty much already capped out. But upgrade his power one. I do like upgrading IQ if you're a backup, because if you come into the game and you're a backup, the best thing you can do is just be smart, in my eyes. That run blocking up all the way. Up footwork one, pass block. IQ. Dorito. Has to be a better run blocker. We have to win these inside battles. Okay, I mean, I don't love that our center is going to be so poor of a run blocker. Nice. Oh, man. We got Braden Ramey. Don't know how much we can get him up. That power up one. Yeah. I feel like the right side's going to end up being a little weaker. just gonna max out his pass blocking first. Get one in the footwork, that bumps it up a lot. And then I can max out run blocking. And then Rhino Tapa Atuatai. Yeah, let's go run blocking on him all the way. Oh, this is pass blocking I'm doing. No! Unfortunate there. Okay, he's only a junior though. With a deal breaker playing style. Jalen Booker's well-rounded. Tyler Thomas. We're getting there. We are getting there. Run stopping's got to be better. Power moves or finesse moves have to be better. And then I think you just go IQ. We don't meet any of these physicals. I just do what I can there. I'm not even gonna put points into the power moves. There's no use to it. Of course, we got Emmanuel Waller back. That's one of our big returnees. Definitely can be a good pass rusher. I want to make sure that run stopping is pretty set. And then we'll put some bumps into his power moves. At least 5 points. Do awareness. Tremont Henry. Put one into power. And then run stopping. More of a situational run stopper we can bring in, set the edge. Now we have a power rusher. Go ahead and cap that out and then give run stop. And Amori Smiley, playing style. And he is pure power, it says. Give him some IQ, that helps out a lot. Gonna just bump up his run stopping. And then go pass rush. Perfect. Defensive tackle, Ansel Din Mba, pure power. can get that power moves up to a 90. And then I can go run stopper for the rest. Boost against pass blocks on 3rd and 4th and long. That's not bad at all. Yeah, we'll do that. RJ Moss, another pure power player. Get that run stop up considerably high. And then start bumping up his pass rush. Physicals, improve shedding on inside runs. I wouldn't mind that. I think he is a junior, so we can try to keep him around for another year or two. Get that run stopping all the way up. Maybe get the awareness up. Nice. Oof. This is a long process. Let's bring in a gap stopper. I feel like a football player having the name Achilles is just not a good idea. Parker Shuck. Get that run stopping up. And then go pass coverage. Probably IQ wouldn't be bad. And Shuck is a junior. Even give him a point in pass rushing. Up to a 75 zone coverage. You know, if you're going base defense, that's not too bad. Blaine Myrick. That's one I've been excited for. Impact. What can we get to him to in year whatever it is? He only got 22 points. That's incredibly bad. And I think we just go all in on pass coverage. 86. I think that's really the only option. And then we've got a lurker. Put the 1 point into pass coverage that makes him at least somewhat doable. And then we'll put points into IQ for now. Crystal Caldwell. I need that zone coverage to get up. $87. That will put him as my other sub-package linebacker, I believe. William Felton the fourth. Always put the 1 point into pass rush. Not a bad player either. Cornerbacks. We have Dallas Young. Boundary player. And I do want his press to get up. But press only goes with man, I believe. So that's a bit unfortunate, considering I'm going to exclusively play zone. But we can get that way up. His speed up some. Okay. And the junior's going to be pretty good, I think. Use Vance. Get that speed up a little bit. And then go all in on pass coverage. I think with the fact that we got thrown on so hard last year, I have to be a better pass coverage team. Nehemiah Chandler. Field archetype. Oh boy. Well, unfortunately, awareness comes from man coverage. That's a bit of a problem. And Cole Gurley. We are so close to being done. Zone coverage, and it caps out with the... That's terrible. That's just terrible. He is now capped out as a player. All I can do is upgrade his run stopping and his hands. Just a few more players to go. We're down to the safeties, the last position group. Wesley Miller. Definitely want to get his pass coverage up. Even use a speed boost a little bit. I don't think I'm going to go any more on that front. Give him another awareness upgrade. And then go another zone coverage. So he's going to be pretty darn good in coverage. Contested special or coverage specialist. Get that zone up. Get the quickness up. Get the hands up. Just slow players. Going a lot faster now. Just picking some attributes that I'm generally sticking with. We're down to our last little bunch. That's the free safeties. Oh, we have Jonathan Gatson. Not sure why hands cost so much. Max out that pass coverage. Now the strong safeties. We only have 2 of those. And then a punter and a kicker, and we're done. Let's go. All right. Again, I really want to put an emphasis on pass coverage with how rough it was for us last year. run support wouldn't be bad, but I just haven't seen the running game kill us as much. Okay, that's a pretty solid player for a junior. And then Cole Blaylock. Get that zone coverage up one. Get the quickness up. And then go run support and hands twice. Not very good. Kicker Davis Little. I'm going to go with power. We can max that out. Then kick accuracy. The IQ is really low, so I am concerned if they try to ice us, that could end up impacting it. I don't know what ratings affect that. I need to make sure when you come in, though, you have a leg. And Hamilton DeBoyan now has one. And that just leaves our punter, Ty Carroll. And that is it for our training boosts. So we will advance a week. I don't think I have time. I've kind of hit my cap, so unfortunately I'll have to go ahead and stop here as we do hit the custom conferences section. Encourage transfers. I don't think I have any transfers to encourage anyway. Roster size 82 out of 85, so we're good. We can sit on all our team. So that's gonna be it. I will probably do some custom conferences later on. And I probably will spend my coach points. But thanks everyone for stopping by. It was a fun one. I think we ended up having a better team going in next year than we had last year. I do think I made a few key mistakes. Biggest being not bringing back our quarterback. I should have gone with continuity instead of trying someone new. We'll see though. Maybe Ryan Rivers is going to be the next Phillip Rivers. So I will see you all next time. Have a good one.